Hey everyone, welcome back to Now I Know. Today's video is a little bit different and it is a video of all your frequently asked questions that I get around PhD and research. So I thought why not invite someone who's actually currently doing their PhD and ask them all your doubts. So I hope you enjoyed this video and yeah, let's begin. So, welcome back to Now I Know. And today, as I said in the introduction, we have a special guest for you. So, here I will ask her to introduce herself and let's get to know more about her and her PhD and PhD journey for you all. So, hi Anusha, welcome to Now I
Hi,
Know. How are you?
thank you. Thank you. I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you so much for joining in and having some time for our students here. Anusha, why don't we start by you introducing yourself to our audience?
Yeah, sure. First of all, hi. Thank you for having me here. I'm Anusha, and I'm a research scholar at JNCASR Bangalore. It's Jawaharlal Nehru Research Centre. So, I am about me. If I have to say, I am from Karnataka. I'm from a small town in Karnataka named Sagar. I did my graduation at my place in a college, and okay, in graduation my subjects were chemistry, botany, and zoology. And then I did my post graduation in Shimoga University in organic chemistry, and now I'm doing PhD in organic chemistry, organic synthesis at JNCASR. Yeah, that's
So,
about it.
so what like your chemistry was your major, isn't it?
Yeah, in BSc there was nothing like major or anything.
Okay.
Three subjects. In MSc it's organic chemistry
And now
specialization.
your PhD is in?
Sorry, my PhD is in organic synthesis, organic chemistry.
Okay, so how was like this whole journey? What led you to come and choose organic chemistry? Because when chemistry, like I know many students run away from mathematics,
Yeah.
chemistry, physics. So because you have studied botany, zoology also, what was the path leading to, going for PhD and choosing this subject, choosing this institute? How is the whole journey has been so that our students can get an idea, those who are already into preparation?
So why I'm interested in chemistry? Maybe I had a very good teacher when in 12th 11th 12th I used to go for for tuition, and there I had a very good teacher. He used to teach very nicely, so I think from there I started getting interested in chemistry. And then when I joined BSc, I already knew that I'm going to do my MSc in chemistry. So but I hated physics. I hated physics and maths, so I opted botany and zoology. And yeah, so my sir used to tell me, like my chemistry sir used to tell me, why do you want to take organic chemistry? Organic chemistry is tough. It is time taking if you
Agree.
see research and everything. Then I used to tell him, sir, when I read organic chemistry, that happiness is of another level. I don't get that when I read physical chemistry or any other subject. So that made me take organic chemistry in MSc. Then after my MSc, I went for a coaching for CSIR exam. CSIR, for whom doesn't know, CSIR is an exam that people write to get into PhD research and all that. So I went to Delhi. There is this coaching institute called Career Endeavor. There, I was there for 6 months, 7 months. I took coaching there for the exam, and then I wrote CSIR exam and also GATE exam. GATE exam is also entrance exam for PhD, and I couldn't clear CSIR. I cleared GATE exam, and then institutes conduct interviews for whoever has cleared the exam. Then I cleared interviews and then got into this JNCSR.
So what is the whole procedure? Like we do have students, a lot of them who are preparing for NET as well as GATE exam, even DBT and other life science biotech related exam. What
Yeah,
is
yeah.
it a general route that a student should take if they are aiming for PhD in any of the good universities?
Yeah. So when you're studying from the first year of MSc itself, focus on the basics, because many of the students, what they do, they just study for the exam. Right. So focusing on basics will help. Just understand the subject, read textbooks also. We have this habit of just reading the notes. Teacher will give you notes and you will just read that. But reading textbooks will really help. And also you can solve some sample questions. Nowadays everything is available online, and some books are available for CSIR, that kind of exams. Solving problems from there, developing this like problem solving skills will also help. So yeah, that will help for these exams, entrance exams.
For you personally, like, did you appear for any other interviews also before this getting into?
Yeah, so I applied to many IITs, IISc Bangalore, and I cleared one more interview at IIT Madras, and then I cleared interview here. So yeah, between that I just chose this.
So,
Because
did you do any research or something about like what topic you are getting into? Like as a student, when you have these options, did you do any research, which lab, which topic, or maybe which institute you want to get into?
if you go to any institute website, you'll see each faculty has a website. So there they will have their published papers, and in short they'll write their research interest and everything. So there you can go and read what is it about, then go to their papers and go to the reference they have mentioned and read some papers. You'll get an idea, this is about this research area is about this. So if you are interested, then you can apply there, you can approach that faculty. I didn't do much research because that time I didn't know much about this. But yeah, broadly I went on to their profile and I looked at some research things will be like complicated, and that moment when you just finished your MSc, you may not understand. But still it is good to do some research and talk to a few people who are in research. That will give an idea.
Yeah, even I didn't know this concept when I was appearing for interviews, that students can actually, have your own research. You can go to different institutes that you might be aiming, go through all the departments, your subject of interest, see what kind of research is happening, because otherwise what happens is when you get into generally whatever is happening, you would be given options among those projects or those departments. So it is always advisable to do your own research and go and apply to the places where you are interested in, put your energy over there rather than just going and appearing anywhere and everywhere. That was kind of a mistake even I made. I didn't know this funda that in my mind it was like, I want to do PhD, I have this exam, I'll go there, I will tell them, because we had to present a proposal for ourselves. So I thought that is what I'm going to continue, but that's not how it is. That was just to check your ability of writing project and how you can explain what is your reasoning, how do you explain the research methodology. That is not the scenario. Actually, labs does have their running project, and it is understandable because every project is humongous. It takes a lot of funding, a lot of effort from guide and investigators side, and even the funding institutes, agencies are involved. So it's not easy just like that to have a project. So that is understandable. But many students are not aware of this. So thank you for bringing that point up. Now tell me, as a research.
So
go on.
So even I was like that. I just wanted to get into PhD.
Yes.
So that detailed research was not there. What I would recommend, another thing is, if possible, when you're doing MSc, maybe after first year with that holidays, or after second year you finish your MSc, join in some lab as an assistant for maybe 2 or 3 months. You will know how the lab works, how PhD is, whether you're really fit, you will really fit into that position of PhD scholar, So you can always approach these faculties. You can read about their research and you can approach them that I want to gain some experience. If you have a vacant position in your lab, it's called R&D, Research and Development Assistant. So you can work with them for a few months, that you will get some experience. So if that is possible, I recommend students to do that.
Absolutely. This makes sense because when I was doing PhD, students who are in the final semester of their MSc, even BSc, because they were targeting integrated PhD, they used to do this. They used to reach out to professors who are already running some project. They will look online, go to their profile. If they like the work that is of their interest, they will directly take the mail ID, mail them, tell there was a way of presenting yourself, this is what your interest is and how you can help them and how you can get benefited. And yes, students, this is amazing advice. Thank you, Anu. This, I forgot about it totally, that this is also a thing that you should actually get some real-time experience before you think about going full-fledged PhD, because it's not easy to I remember the transition that I had, just being a teacher 9 to 4, and then suddenly in this PhD environment, it's a totally different thing. Even if for MSc students, it's not that easy, that 2-3 hours practical does not, it's like one practical you're doing for your 3-4 years life, right? The same practical, the same thing you have to keep on doing. So how is your journey like a researcher now? How is your schedule look like?
Okay, so schedule actually differs from lab to lab, faculties to faculties. My schedule is like we go around 8:30 to lab, and because mine is an experimental, that too organic synthesis, it needs more of physical work also, and with that we have to do some reading and everything, so it takes more time. Every lab may not be like that, so mine is like maybe till 8:30 we work, and then we come back, then night we read and all that. That is the schedule. Like, it is kind of hectic. In PhD it will be like that. For PhD, for any PhD student, they need to take something called coursework. First 1 year they have to take some courses, and they have to score some grade in that, maybe 7 out of 10 or 6 out of 10, like that. Then after that, your experiments and proper research will start.
So this also is one point to note. This is there for every PhD. Once upon a time, it used to be that MPhil program used to be there. If you have done that, you don't have to write this exam. But MPhil is no more there. So now for PhD, every first year there is a coursework, no matter what kind of a PhD you are in: biology, biotechnology, life science, chemistry, mathematics. First year you have certain papers to write. So students, if you feel like, okay, chalo ho gaya PhD mein, no more writing exam, no, you will have to finish your coursework in the first year. If you don't score certain marks, it will hamper your registration process, your presentation, your project process. So that will be there in the first year. And then you have to present also, right? A lot of like your research.
Here we need to give 2 seminars. One is like topic seminar. You pick a topic and prepare on that and give a seminar. Another is you pick a paper, research paper, and prepare on that and give a seminar. That we have. And that will also add to your, they evaluate in some way, I don't know exactly. So that is there. And after 2 years, you need to give an exam that is called comprehensive exam. So that is not like writing exam, but you have to present your research in front of an external examiner and the head of the department, and your professor will be there. So we have to present that, and they will grade that as well. Then after that, it's like some students they have to go through another comprehensive exam after 4 years. But some students don't have that. It depends on the funding agency and everything. And after 5 years, I mean, when you finish your PhD, that time you give a presentation that's called colloquium. Then you will be finishing your PhD.
And then the presentation of thesis and all will happen. Defense.
Then thesis.
Apart from this, now, because I know PhD is not easy. The whole day goes in lab and you have the same thing. You just have to repeat it. Sometimes you don't get result. That's even more irritating that you keep on trying, but
Yeah.
for some or the other reason, the results are not happening, even though you try the protocol as it is meant to be. And sometimes you have to spend hours and hours writing research papers, writing your own papers, because getting paper published is not easy thing. And you have to have good published paper before you go and defend your thesis. So in all this, your work life, in your personal life, that work life balance is gone for sure. Even your food habits, because you don't give. That happened with me, I
Yeah.
remember. I was neglecting my, I will not have my lunch hours because my practicals would have some time bound experiments going on, and if I miss the food or lunch hour, I'll not feel hungry and I'll just skip a meal. So I'm sure you also would have same story.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is your advice? How can a student maintain this work life balance and take care of their health? Because we completely neglect, and by the time we are towards the end of PhD, almost all of us are drained totally. So what is your take over there?
Yeah. So when you join a PhD, so you will see that you will think yourself as a scientist, right? So who is a scientist? He gets involved in whatever he does. So he's just involved in that. He doesn't do anything else. So you will get into that mentality because of yourself and also because of your environment. The whole your surroundings, everybody is doing that. Everybody is overworking. So you will stop taking care of yourself. Even my first 2 years, I didn't do anything else. I just worked, ate and slept. And sleeping also not properly. If my experiments are going on, I used to sleep less. And if it is not there, then I used to sleep more. That's definitely not good. So that way you can't sustain for more time, right? Like it's not like it's a few months or anything. It's 5 years, minimum 5 years, 4 to 5 years. So you will burn out and you can't maintain that energy. So I would say, however busy it is, at least take out 1 hour to do something you love. Maybe it's a hobby, or you exercise or play with go for some playing some sport. So I would say always prioritize that, because I know it's easy to get lost in that work, because you need to solve this problem, you need to solve that problem, one after the other problem will come. Your faculty might pressurize you. You might see that everybody else is just working. You might feel like I need to fit in and I need to overwork also. But it's very important to prioritize yourself, because you need to survive for 4 to 5 years. So eat well and eat on time, sleep on time, get good sleep and exercise, and take out some time for socializing, because I know so many PhD students go through mental health issues like anxiety, depression, because they don't have social life. So take out time to socialize and do something you like. That is the first advice from me for all the PhD students.
True. Even in MSc itself, like I remember my students, they used to sometimes get fed up writing journal, and ma'am, why do we have, like, if we have to repeat some experiment, they'll be like, ma'am, why are we repeating the same thing again and all.
Yeah.
So we don't have that kind of environment in our education system as of now. So students actually have no idea of the real research culture unless they have done a practical done a project in an institute. It's a
Yeah.
totally different environment. The way the thing happens in a research R&D, it's not as similar as your curriculum
Yeah.
in your graduation and post graduation. Writing journal is nothing. It's like maybe one single experiment. In a PhD, I remember my desktop used to be such a cluttered thing with so many papers and so many articles, and sometimes I used to feel I'm lost in this ocean of material. I'm writing this, I'm writing that. So I know that is difficult. And I know you that apart from only being PhD student, you're also into books. You love writing. I know that part also. So it's amazing. I would love to leave a link for your blog for my students to check it out, because I'm sure they are going
Sure.
to love that. And also, if you could provide us the link of the institute, I'll put that out also, so
Sure.
we
Sure.
can have a look at there. Because a lot of students are, I know you guys are preparing for gate, you guys are preparing for net, So this is a real example for you that if you aim for a particular institute, it's amazing that how you can have from the beginning mindset of getting into some place, prepare for exam, do your research, prepare well. As she said, from the beginning, have your funda clear, write your exams. It's not that difficult. Don't get intimidated. This is just to give you a real picture of how it is exactly being a scholar, because a lot of you message me asking me, ma'am, ye subject important topic, important unit for exam and all. I will give you all the important things that you want. I've already given you a lot of this data, saying you which unit is important and everything. But the real life is not, you are not going to ask you will not be asking your guide what is an important topic that I can just do work on. You will have to do everything, starting from doing the calculation of making your media, your solution, dilution, everything on your own. So just have that kind of mindset that you are on your own and you have to train yourself from the beginning, from when you are doing your MSc, when you're doing working in your lab. Have that mindset.
So one advice I want to give is, before joining any lab, just talk to the people in that lab who are already working in that lab and find out the lab culture, because with the research interest, it is also important that you fit into the lab culture. Maybe some people need a push, right? They need a push to work. Maybe some people don't need a push. If someone is pushing them, they can't work. So just find out how is the lab culture. Is how many hours are they working? Are you ready to put in that many hours of work? So find out everything. So talk to the people who are already there. Yeah, that is the advice I wanted to give.
Yeah, because even I had, when I was before getting into Manipal University, I had been to all the labs, all the department, and students. I'm sure you will be start commenting. I say, "Kaise, ma'am, we can go to lab and all." You can do so. You can always
Yes.
Yeah, you can always reach out to office of that particular institute, department, request them that you want an appointment, you want to visit so and so lab. Is it possible? They will put you either in touch with the department head, or they'll make sure that when the hours are free, you can go ahead, have a look in the lab. You can talk to some of the researcher, those who are working there. Everybody allows that. Just go ahead and approach. Have a habit of doing research and mailing and reaching out. Most of the time, I think we don't do that. We don't reach out. We don't. We think that it's only in one way. You write exam and you go for interview, and that's when you get in. No, you can always reach out. So do that. Go and have a look at the lab and the environment that you are interested in. Just have a look. Talk to researcher there. Talk to even MSc students who are doing projects there. So that is a good way to understand whether you are a right fit there or not. Thank you so much, Anusha, for visiting Now I Know and giving our students so many good information. I'm sure they'll come up with some doubts. In case if happens, I'll reach out to you and I'll pass on the message. So thank you so much for once again for visiting Now I Know. And
thank you.
Hope to see you again soon with some more interesting topics in hand.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed this chatty session. Thank you.
So I hope you found this video helpful and you enjoyed the video. I'll put Anusha's Instagram as well as the website address in the description. Also the institute where she's currently pursuing her PhD. If you have any further doubts regarding it, you can either comment below or reach out to her on her Instagram handle. And do let me know if you like this video and if you want more such videos on this channel where I can address all your doubts. I'll be more than happy to do so. Either like the video or put your yes in the comments below so that I can understand. And yeah, with that, I'll see you with next video very soon. Until then, keep learning.